Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing today? Hello, Yaya. Oh, I think Yaya went super early on the session. Chat is open, so uh, they just did it very early. Hello, Ann. Hello, Sina. Hello, Linda. Hey, Jets. Thank you for your email. I already read it. I will reply today later. All right. Thank you very much, Jet. Hey, what's up, Luke? Hello, Luis, Ben, Alex, Salman, Carnifax Ken, Carnifax Ken. Right. You new in the channel, right? I kind of don't remember you, but welcome to this community. Welcome to this family. Hey, Samuel. Hi, Diane. How are you guys? So today was a very interesting day because after FOMC, after earnings on two of the top five largest companies, and after the reversal from yesterday after FOMC, I mean, I think today was a very needed pullback today. So yeah. All right. So, hey, coach. Hey, Jatin. Hello, Max. All right, guys. So, hey, UK. So, today I took two trades. The first one actually wasn't kind of into my setup, but I've been chasing, you know what? I've been chasing AMD and Nvidia for the past days. And today I, I'm gonna show you what I did on Nvidia. But I had a loss today on Nvidia, and then I had a great win on QQQ. I'm gonna show you everything today. So just give me a few minutes, and let's start with AMD. All right. Hey, yeah, hello, Ann. All right. So let's get started with AMD. So AMD today. Let me open this. So after the huge run we had on AMD the previous days, this drop is anything, guys. This drop is anything. I mean, it's just a pullback for coming to our demand zones. So as you can see right here, this 180 is the zone that is defending. Buyers are defending 180. So this pullback, I mean, it may look like a huge drop, but if you go to the higher time frame, cross your fingers, my trading view doesn't glitch like yesterday, right? So okay, so as you can see here, I mean, all these move from the aftermarket and pre-market. I mean, we just came back to this consolidation area, right? So after the push from the morning, bouncing out of this previous day high, or this, I'm sorry, this was not the previous day high, but this 174 key level on the daily chart. So this pullback to this area was it's still very bullish, right? It's still very bullish. I know this move here, this is just a reflex of the indices, right? But I mean, all this move and this pullback, it's actually very healthy for AMD. So you will see this thing is gonna fly again. So don't worry about it. AMD, it's super strong right now. Semis are hot as hell today. So this week, this month. So yeah, this was just a healthy pullback. So after this pullback, I was expecting for the reaction around here, 180. So buyers defended 180. We closed the daily gap. We came back, reclaimed this 180 key level, and then retested again. All right, retested 180 right here. Well, something here, right here. So after this reclaim here, I will open my position right here. So this is the reclaim, break, retest 180. And also this 180.37, this is This is a key level on the daily chart, multiple touches on the daily chart. So I will open my position here. I will set my stop loss at the bottom of these candles, and I will start aiming to the most relevant key levels here, right? So the most relevant level here, it's this daily gap or the edge of the daily gap, or let's say today's opening price. So right here you have a 1 to 3.7 risk reward ratio trade, and I think this was the expected move for AMD today. So it came back, retested, defended, retested 180, and then break, displacement, retest, and then a push higher. All right. So after that, I mean, I was watching this, uh, but look at this. I mean, previous day high has been a magnet right here, 180.37, previous day high. So look at this. So this is still very bullish for me. I mean, if you go to the daily chart, you will see this is, I mean, this is a healthy pullback. And buyers are defending 180, so that's gonna be all right. Sarvesh, how are you able to enter before candle closure? Well, look at this. When you retest your key level and you have aggression on the buying side, I mean buyers stepping in, what I usually do is I don't wait for the candle closure. I mean if my candle is above the previous candle body, or like here the previous candle, like the whole thing, I mean this is a very good indication that the move it's already in motion, right? So I will open my position here, even if it's at, like half of the candle or half of the minute, because this is the 1 minute chart. So even if it's just 20 or 30 seconds into this candle, once you reclaim this previous candle here, I will open my position. I know this is not like confirmation enough, but if you wait here, then your risk will be a lot, right? Because your risk will keep being this one here. So I don't know, like, well, this is kind of instinct, right? But if you already have this move, reclaim, retest of this 180, and you have buyers stepping in aggressively right here, I mean, you don't wait for the candle closure, right? Alex, you have 3 trades on AMD. Yeah, I was reading your message, dude. I mean, you're doing great with AMD. So Alex did 946 retest of 178.36, something like this. So you got these calls here from here to previous day high, I think, right? Yeah, aiming previous day high. Then 10:02. Okay, so you had this exact trade right here, and then the last one, it's puts on the break and retest of 181.46, something like, yeah, this one here, right? This failure, yeah, this failure into the pre-market low. This is the break and retest you did here. Yeah, this was a nice trade. This was a nice trade. Even just because this move, I mean, it's not overextended. This is just a healthy pullback here. But I mean, this failure here was, this failure here was very strong, because it's a failure on a key level. Where is this key level? Well, this is the opening price, right? So failure, look at these candle wicks right here. So after this failure, you will see some sell-off after this, right? So that was a very good decision right there, Alex. Congratulations on your 3 trades. I like more the first 2. Actually, this is the one that I like. I mean, I understand what you said here. It just, I don't like it too much. But that's just me, right? And it was because look at the indices. The indices were at the bottom of their ranges right here. So that's what I didn't like it. But I understand your thesis. That was very aggressive. That was a very aggressive entry, but I like it. So glad for you that it worked. But this is the entry that I like it. This is the entry that I like it because you have very clear risk at the bottom of these candles and very clear targets. The opening price at first, and if you break these key levels, you can have more. But I mean, unfortunately, these fail. But I mean, anyway, you had a very nice catch of this move. Um, Sarvesh, you were waiting for the 10:02 candle closure. Yeah, if you were waiting for the candle closure, you may be chasing this move, right? Yeah, so that's why. But this is something important. Actually, this was something I was discussing with Alejandro this morning. Knowing your names give you the ability to understand how they move, right? So AMD usually does these kind of things, like goes for liquidity, reclaims key levels, and then continues. Right? This is very, very, very usual on AMD. So if you were more familiar with this name, you will be, I don't know, like with more conviction about taking your trade. Right, right here. If you take a look to this, Sarvesh, I'm sorry. If you take a look to this, I mean, my entry here will be, I didn't take AMD, right? But I mean, the way that I will do this, it's I will enter right here at the bottom of the previous candle. I'm sorry, at the top of the previous candles, and it was above the previous candle body, and it was above the one previous candle body. So here it will be a nice point, entry point. So again, you will have decent risk right here, and but you will have a very good risk reward target. So that's something. I mean, you don't need to start doing it like today or tomorrow, but start looking at your names and identify how they work on this reclaim of key levels. All right. So that's something that you need to learn about the tickers you are watching every day. So just kind of a piece of recommendation. All right. Let me go to the chat again. Uh, Chris, you took Microsoft puts. I will go to Microsoft puts in a few minutes. Uh, uh, uh. Your tools to your charts is still not working. You can see my tags. I can see them right here. Or you mean the link, right? You mean the link. You know what? I completely forgot. I will take care of it today. Uh, uh, um. Alex, that's the key. You have been mastering AMD for a while and now it's paying off. Congratulations, Alex. Dian, you took the same trade, Neto, and it will take every time because my backtest data is my edge. That's the mindset, Dian. That's the mindset. That's good. That's what I learned from you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Luke, you can also use the 2 minute time frame and enter once the candle gets above the 10 a.m. candle. Yeah, well, that's another way to do it. In my in my experience, I just learned how to use the 1 minute candle, but I've been watching other traders in the community that they use the 2 minute candles or even they are trading with the 5 minute candle, right? So it's up to you how you identify uh, your setups. I mean, how comfortable you feel with the different time frames. But yeah, I mean, what Luke is saying, it's usually with the 2 minute. The thing that I noticed with the 2 minute, it's once you start using the 2 minute, it's not like a break and retest and reaction. It's more like a break and hold of key levels or but that's how I'm reading it, right? It's not I'm not using it on a daily basis, so I'm not very familiar with the 2 minute chart. But yeah, that's another way to do it. Um, Sarvesh, thank you for the great explanation on AMD. You're very welcome. Another question, what is the dotted rectangle box on the chart? Okay, so this dotted rectangle, well, it's more like a dash rectangle, right? So this is the daily gap. This is the difference between previous day close and today's open. So on this chart, AMD closed yesterday on 179.52, but today it opened at 182.05. So this is what we call the daily gap. All right, and on my charts you can see this area with this dash and like gray uh, rectangle. All right. Great point, Luke. UK, you use both 1 minute and 5 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, for example, me, this is a very similar chart to the one that I use when I'm on a trade. I'm gonna show you just for you to know how I look at my trades. So when I'm looking at my trades, I use this chart. So I have SPY and QQQ at the sides, and I have my ticker right at the center. And what I do is I'm switching between these 1 minute charts and this 15-minute chart. So I have a very good idea of what's going on the higher time frame, and I can identify better previous days key levels or previous days zones. Like here, right? Like I'm watching this reaction above this consolidation level. So if I'm able to watch this chart on the 15-minute chart, it can provide more hints to what price is doing, right? And I can I can manage my trade better. So this is the setup that I use when I'm in a trade. I don't open several positions at the same time. I'm always using I'm always opening just one position at a time, and I usually trade on the same direction than the indices, right? So this is the best way to do it for me. I have both indices with the relative with the respective key levels, and I have my ticker, right? So I can start comparing everything right here. So let me go back to and also I have less key levels. This is my setup for the trade review. So this is my setup for the trade review. But I mean, on my trade management setup, it's just different because I have less key levels, right? Um, I hope this is useful for you guys. I mean, it's just different ways to do it, right? Uh, for example, if you are on the Scarface community and you are watching Jack trade, he has a setup with four different tickers at the same time. He's usually watching QQQ and three different names, right? So that's pretty much what I do, right? But I mean, I like to like watch a wider chart, so that's how. Dia, Neto, would you like to show us your daily journaling? You know what? Yes, I can do it. I'm due with some lessons about journaling. If you are on Traders Lab, you can go watch my previous sessions. I think the name of that session is Key Performance Indicators for Journaling. And I show you all of my TradeCella. I use TradeCella. I use TradeCella for journaling. And what I do is I have a lot of tags, right? So I just click on the tag, and that's it. And many or most of my uh, journal entries are performance based. I mean, I mean, obviously, I like to see if it was a win or loss, but the way I journal is more performance oriented. So I'm always looking at how well I was identifying my setup, how well I took an entry. I mean, if it was with my right triggers, or if I was chasing, or if it was an early entry, how well I managed my trade, if I took profit where I was supposed to do it, if I took the stop loss when it hit. I mean, all these kind of things are the things that I have automated on Tracella journal. So yes, probably I'm gonna record a video on how I do it on my Tracella, so you guys can get ideas for your own journals. That's it. Uh, Something very important about my journal entries is I have I have I have a category for the emotions I'm feeling during my trade. And then on my typing on my journal entry, I explain about if I was feeling anxiety or overconfidence, or all these kind of things, because it helps me identify, for example, if we are in a sideways market cycle. I mean, it helps me identify if I'm performing well on this market cycle, and if I'm getting very anxious, or if I'm, like if I'm getting very greedy on this kind of market cycle. I just try to adjust my style. I mean, I respect my playbook, I respect my strategy, my edge. It's just I'm trying to be flexible and adapt. Um, Sometimes I don't want to take a second trade because I know that I have to journal. Yeah, well, that's a great thing about journaling, right? I mean, when you do journal on a regular basis or on a daily basis, that's kind of your accountability exercise, right? Because you will need to explain what you did. So you start, avoiding taking stupid decisions, right? Because you will need to explain to someone. I mean, your journal, but I mean, it's even worse, right? Because you are explaining to yourself why you are taking, dumb decisions. So yeah, that's great, DM. That's great. I mean, so only take trades that are worth to journal. That will be a great way to do it, right? Okay, guys. So let me go to the next one. Amazon. Amazon, again, we had this nice drop, but look where this thing is failing, right? This thing is failing below this, well, it's above previous day high, but it's below this higher time. Well, this is the a daily chart key level. So look how many reactions we had right here. Look how many reactions we had right here. So after rejecting this is the this is the 1 minute opening range low. This is the 1 minute opening range low. So after all these fails to reclaim this key level and all of the rejections that we had right here, I really like this. I really like this. And also look at this. Right in this candle, markets drop. Markets drop. So I will be taking a position right here, right when this candle it's below the previous ones, and it's actually confirming this move to the downside, right? And here, well, look at these guys. Here you can have, I mean, the most obvious target will be low of the day or the previous day high, but this is a 1 to 4.3 risk reward ratio trade. Actually, if you go to the round numbers, let's say 233, it was almost a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. if you are using 330 to 50, look at this, 330 to 50, strike number, side number, this is a 1 to 2.8 risk reward ratio trade. So this was kind of an easy trade, right? And look at this. Once we hit previous day high, buyers started to defend this key level. So what is this indicating? This is a very bullish thing, because if buyers are defending previous day high, what does this mean? Well, this means a continuation, all right? So probably we will have Amazon going higher on the next days, right? Okay, let me go to the chat. All right. Okay, guys, so let's go to NVIDIA. All right, so this is what I tried. Let me tell you what I tried. So I was watching this pullback. I was watching this pullback on NVIDIA. I actually was watching this retest of 181.65, but I am super bullish on I was super bullish on the semis, right? So I didn't want to short NVIDIA today. Also, it was kind of early, 9:42. So I wasn't confident about taking, a trade to the short side. Yeah, in the short side on the semis. So I was waiting for Nvidia to actually find a bottom, and then continuation on the move. So this is what I did. So once we reclaim this pre-market low, I actually entered here. So this was kind of the reclaim, retest of this pre-market low, and I opened my position something like here. I had my risk at the bottom of these candles here, and I had high of the day as my target. So I was stop out at this 1004. So, but I'm just explaining what I was trying. As I told you, I've been following and chasing AMD and NVIDIA for the past days, and I was feeling confident with this setup, but well, it didn't work. So I had this first loss right here, 1004 candle. This was the one that stopped me out. And then after this, failing to reclaim key levels to the upside, failing to create a new high. So this is kind of a head and shoulders here, right? Can you see this? I mean, this is not exactly our textbook head and shoulders, but after watching all of these failures here, or let's say 182, I mean, failing to reclaim 182, well, this thing is going weak, right? So sellers are winning these battles right here around 182. So I was just expecting for the breaks and retests of key levels. So right here we had this break and retest of this key level on the 15-minute chart, 181.65. Do you want to take a look to it? Give me 1 second. Look at these things. Well, again, these things are dropping today, but look how well these key levels are working. I mean, buyers are defending these key levels. So this is just a pullback. I mean, this is nothing to worry about, in my opinion, right? So this 181.65, it's a key level on the 15-minute chart. So once we break and retest this key level here, and after watching all these failures here at the 182, so I was more biased on the bearish side, right? So if you open your position right here on this break and retest of this key level, below pre-market low, breaking out this 5-minute opening range low. You open your position here, you have your stop loss at the top of these candles, and you can aim first to low of the day, right? First to low of the day. But look at this reaction right here. There's actually, look at this lack of reaction. So we had this break and retest here, and this will be a second entry, right? This will be a second short entry because this is the low of the day. So on the order block that you created right here, you had this break, this placement and retest. And again, you open your position on this candle, rejecting candle. Your stop loss will be at the top of these candles, and you will be aiming to key level. So key level here will be previous day close. All right, not sure who asked this, what this dash rectangle is. So this is our easiest way to identify the daily gap. So this is the previous day close. So if you look at this, I know this last trade will be buying at low of the day. But do you remember that I told you that when I'm taking trades, I'm willing to be way more aggressive for taking a position. So this is one of these situations, right? Because it's looking very weak, failing to reclaim key levels, breaking out to the previous lows. So this is one move that it's giving me conviction to go to the short side. All right. Okay, Dian, you took a loss on Nvidia 949 puts here. 949 right here. No. Yeah, well, the thing is that you took this rejection, right? Yeah. You took this rejection, you took this retest. I like, well, it's actually the second candle retesting. Well, I like that entry, for being honest. I like the I like that entry. It's just unfortunate that it didn't work. Uh, Guys, give me 1 second, please. Ready, guys. I'm sorry about the interruption. Okay, so the end, you took these 949 puts. I really like that break and retest of the 5-minute opening range low. It just didn't work, right? Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, look at this comment from Jets 1984. Chris is saying that something very true. I don't trust pre-market levels as much as I trust previous day levels. All right. So yeah, pre-market levels are showing me some liquidity, but remember this is liquidity with super low volume. But previous day high, previous day low, that's my favorite. That's my favorite setup. And right after that, I like the key levels on the 15-minute chart. Why? Because they are intraday price levels, and you have like more information, and also with higher volume, right? So yeah, pre-market levels, I like to take direction. Yeah, like, yeah, to understand direction of the move, but not too much to enter my trades. But yeah, this is it, right? This is it. um Diane, you was okay, okay. Hey, Krishna. All right. So again, so this first trade here, to the short side, this is the break and retest of this 181.65. Look at this. For example, here I'm trusting more on this key level on the 15-minute chart. I know this is kind of close to the pre-market low. That's why I like it. But I mean, my trust is on this retest, not here. All right. So that was something, and this is the break and retest of the previous low of the day, right? So this was kind of easy. All right, guys, let me go to the next one, Tesla. Well, Tesla, I mean, what can I tell you? Did you see? Look at this. Can you identify market structure here? This was a super easy trade, right? So you should be just waiting for this market structure to give you an entry point on any relevant key level that you trust. Like for example, here, this was a very close retest of the 5-minute opening range low, and I was aiming to 315. And then, for example, this is the break, displacement, and retest of the previous low of the day. So again, you were just playing the market structure here. I think Tesla today was kind of easy, but because Tesla has been in a consolidation area for some days now, I wasn't paying attention too much of attention to Tesla. But anyone took Tesla today? I know we have Tesla lovers here. Anyone took Tesla today? No, guys. All right, that's fine. Again, I wouldn't be watching Tesla today just because it has been in a consolidation area or zone. Hello, Eileen. So yeah, but again, today Tesla just offer really nice and clean market structure to the downside. So this was kind of easy just because you were just looking for entry points on relevant key levels, right? Can you see here? This is the break and retest of previous day close. This is the break and retest of the 5-minute opening range low. This is the break and retest of the previous low of the day. This is, what is this? Almost, well, look at this. This is the break and retest of 315. So again, I was telling you, Tesla today just offer a bunch of good opportunities here. And look at this, even if you enter right here on the break and retest of 315 and you were aiming to previous day low, look at this, market structure has been textbook here, right? Okay, guys. So Microsoft, did did you watch what happened yesterday with Amazon, I'm sorry, with Microsoft? Let me show you because I was amazed with this. Look at this candle here. I mean, everything started right here, 510, and closed the day 557. Almost 10% on the aftermarket after the earnings report. So yeah, this was wild. This was super wild. And what happened today? Well, I mean, it came back maybe to the 50%. Probably this is the 50% retracement right here. I mean, I don't know how to do it. Uh, Price range, something like this. Yeah, well, 10% on the aftermarket. Well, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. But again, this is expected, right? If you open the session look at this. If you open the session and you don't have continuation on the, like the gap and go, what is the other play that we have here? Well, we have the gap fill, but this gap is just monster, right? This gap is just monster gap. So I mean, I will never be expecting a drop all the way to previous day high, for example. But I mean, this again, I think this is. Let me see if this works. Let's see if this works here. Yeah, well, this is kind of the 50% retracement, right? I mean, out of the 50 points from yesterday, we just got 28 right now. So yeah, so this is, I mean, again, this is not like a rule or anything, but usually when you have these kind of monster gaps, I mean, you need to come back for some liquidity, right? It was just uh, it was just very difficult for this to maintain and keep going. You need to come back for some liquidity. So as today, as this time when we are talking, you already gave 50% of the profits from the aftermarket, and that's completely fine. I mean, that's still super bullish, right? That's still super bullish because we are here, 535. It's kind of a nice psych number. So if buyers can defend this psych number as they are doing right now, 535, yeah, this thing will continue in the next days. All right. So the only thing that I was watching here was this break and retest of previous low of the day. And again, I will be trying to find 535 right here. So it was a 1 to 3.7 or 3.8 risk reward ratio trade. This was a nice trade. This was a nice trade, but you need to be kind of a easy trigger with this. First, to catch this move, and second, look at this. I mean, it was a slow grind to the downside, and then it was just consolidation. So you don't want to be trapped on this area here. You don't want to be trapped on this area here. You maybe don't want to be even on shorting Microsoft today, but well, that's the play that I was watching here. So let's see. Eileen, can you help me with how I align the risk to reward ratio on TradingView with my entry on Webull? I know how to set it up, but my entries are not aligned. I don't understand your question, Eileen. But let's do this. Shoot me a DM on the Traders Lab, and I will help you. Right? Meta was even crazier. We never watched Meta. Let me take a look here. Oh, well, here, Meta. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, this is the dictionary definition of a God candle. This is, yeah, this is your definition of a God candle. And look at this. For example, different than Microsoft, you have Meta closing right here, and it's defending. So this is a gap and go, right? I mean, it's around the aftermarket close. Buyers are defending this 775 key level, but it's not dropping like Microsoft, right? Microsoft was already gave away 50% of the move. So Meta is actually holding. That's fine. All right. So we were talking now about Palantir here. Can you see here, for example, this was a very nice reclaim of previous day high. So remember, guys, when you are going retest previous day high or previous day low, for me, that's the setup with the best probabilities to work out, right? Because it's actually price having continuation on the move. I mean, it can be a bearish or bullish move, but it's having continuation. So for me, the retest of the previous day high, it's one of the most bullish setups. So right here, we came down, reclaim, try to hold. Look at this. It tried to hold, broke, reclaim, retested, and this is a nice entry. And this is actually kind of an 84% rule. Can you see here? Because you are retesting here on the first minute candle here, then it just dropped, but then reclaim, a few retests right here, fail again, reclaim again. And with this reclaim, look at this. This 952, this reclaim, it's actually a nice reaction of both indices. So this was a very nice entry here. Reclaim of previous day high after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retest of previous day high. So this is a very nice entry, and your first target will be high of the day. So high of the day here was offering 1 to 2.6 risk reward rate to trade. The next key level is this previous week high, 160.39. So this will be a 1 to 3 risk reward rate to trade, and this pre-market high, 160.65. It was a 1 to 4 risk reward rate to trade, and that's the only thing that I was watching here. If you are a pattern trader, this can be a more clear. Oh, can you see here? This is textbook head and shoulders, right? So you should be watching this level here. Maybe it's easier with a box. This is the neck of your head and shoulders, right? This is the neck of your head and shoulders. So once you break this here, the sell-off starts. All right. So you don't need to actually guess this break, or you don't need to, yeah, I mean, you don't need to anticipate to this. So once you sell, or once you break and stay below this neckline here, this is the beginning of the play. Not here. I mean, you can be here. You can try to guess this move, but still this is a demand zone, right? So what you want to see is the break of this demand zone, right? So once you break and stay below this demand zone, the sell-off it's starting. So if you open a position right here, you can start aiming the relevant key levels, right? So, I mean, I'm not even drawing this play, but just for you to know, this is how the head and shoulders work, all right? Um, Gap and grab. All right. Yeah, so you have a gap and go or gap and grab. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Apple, well, Apple, Apple was not doing anything here. It was a break and retest of this previous day close. Nothing too serious. I mean, I actually draw this on Apple just because I know some of you are are still watching Apple, but I didn't see anything like relevant here. Uh, let me Google doing nothing. Look at this. Break, retest, no reaction, reversal. So that was all on the tech names. Here, guys, here, look at this. So after failing here, 539, 50, 540, I'm sorry, 640, after failing 640, can you see how well market structure is kept right here? So again, you should be waiting just for an entry point on relevant key levels. So what are relevant key levels here? Well, for example, this order block, right? So you have break, displacement, retest, fail to break this order block, boom. Again, you have a break, displacement, retest, 1 minute opening range, break, displacement, retest, 5 minute opening range low. So you have several opportunities on SPY to short this name, right? And it was the same thing on QQQ. So this is what I did. Uh, this is what I did. So I did this first trade, and this second trade, I was out when we hit previous day high. It was a small position. I mean, it was a small position to my usual positions right here, but because this was not looking so good, I just decided to close my trade right here on previous day high. So I was trading out of grid, right? Because market structure was intact. So I just lost this. I mean, I didn't lost, but I lost the opportunity for this, right? But again, my plan was this previous day high. So trade your plan your trade your plan. This is exactly what I did. So this is the break displacement. Well, this is baby displacement, right? Can you see here? This is baby displacement of the 5 minute opening range low, but this was also a key level on the daily chart. So this is what I like this, because it was holding, but we already broke this. So I had some conviction on this move to the downside. But I mean, if you enter later, maybe this candle here, it's 1031, that will be even better, right? That will be even better. So look, what you did today, look, did you trade? Because look is always looking for this, the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. So I'm sure that Luke took this trade right here, but he might take it to a better destination than me. Luke, did you take this trade, Luke? Or this one? Well, this is even clearer, right? This is break, displacement, retest of low of the day. All right. So this is a second trade. So these are the a few opportunities that I was watching on SPY. On QQQ, I took this trade right here. Uh, when I'm taking trades on indices, I'm taking same day expiration because they are. You took ES 1017. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Congratulations on that. Retest of pre-market low and opening price on ES. Yeah, well, ES was a bit different, right? Very good, Luke. Congratulations. I knew it. I mean, when I was watching this, I was like, I'm sure on the trade review, Luke is gonna say like, oh, I took the same thing, but you actually took it better right here, right? Congratulations, Luke. All right, so guys, this is well, this is QQQ 1017. Uh, well, look at this. Break, retest, sell off. Very nice. Congratulations, Luke. So, guys, that's everything for me. That's all for me today. Thank you very much for joining. Today we have a peak of 50 people watching live. That's amazing. Thank you guys for being loyal to these live sessions. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your neighbors, bring them here. Maybe we can teach something and they can learn something and start making money. So guys, thank you very much for everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.